chainsaws. Would they actually make a good weapon in the zombie apocalypse? Let's find out. So chainsaws, as you guys know, they're used primarily in like horror movies, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I mean, we've had some games like Gears of War and stuff like that with the, what are they, the Lancers that had the chainsaws built into them. And my question is, you know, you guys asked in the last video to try a chainsaw, and I'm like, oh, you know, it seems like a pretty decent weapon, but realistically, would it be good in the apocalypse? Mainly because my reasons why I think it would not be a great weapon, obviously, is they are loud, very, very loud, and they use gas, a resource that is not going to be around forever, especially in the end world type of scenarios. So with just the noise alone, calling in all types of zombies, all types of whatever, I think that's probably one of the biggest downsides, on top of the fact that it costs gas. You need gas. So today we're going to be testing this out, though. We're going to just pretty much see what the raw destructive power of a chainsaw is. I got plenty of different things that we're going to be testing it out on. We're going to be doing some pineapples, which are quite a lot harder than our watermelon friend over here. I even got some coconuts because a lot of you guys were asking me to try coconuts. So we are going to be trying out some coconuts. And yeah, and I even have a pumpkin, and we'll see just kind of how this works. Now, my only thing with the chainsaw is I know the chain binds up pretty easy when you're cutting through things like trees. I don't know if you're cutting through like clothing or anything like that, if the clothing, the fabric would bind that chain up. So we're going to see. I don't really think that you can hit things with a chainsaw either, like actually making like physical contact with it. I feel like swinging it will bind that chain up. So remember, don't try this at home. This is not the safest thing to be doing. I'm going to be making sure I have proper PPE and all that before I do go and test this out. But I do want you guys, if you are enjoying this, make sure you smash that like button. Drop some comments down below. Let me know what weapons you would want to see next. And yeah, let's get into it. All right, so we're going to get this going. We're going to start off with the watermelon. Obviously, probably one of the easier things to get through. Mainly want to test the chain. I want to see how it goes through. If it binds up at all. We're going to kind of just test that out first, see how it works against this watermelon, and then we're going to move on to some tougher stuff. So let's get it going. Well, that kind of cut through it a lot easier than I thought it would. Wow. Yeah, that, and I was able to make contact. Wow. All right, let's test the next thing. All right, so this is the watermelon after the chainsaw. It was just a very, very, very clean cut. Yeah, it was.
Swirls are cool.
It was pretty wild how easy that cut through. I did not expect that, honestly. All right, next we're gonna go with the pineapple. This is a little bit harder. We're gonna see. I'm gonna try to get a little more of a swing this time to see if we can cut through it a little cleaner. But yeah, let's see how this goes. Clean through it, guy. Yeah, there was zero resistance. Absolutely just right through it. No issue whatsoever. Let me see the other side. Yeah, you guys can see it. Absolutely just
smells really good.
Clean through it.
Wow. And look at the cuts.
Very rigid.
All right, now we got some a little harder. The coconut, a lot of you guys were suggesting this, and I even looked it up. This is probably the most equivalent to like an actual skull of a zombie or whatever. These are quite hard. I am going to be retesting some of those weapons in another video that we used in our previous one on this to see if they're as good as we made them look in that first video. But this I do expect to be a little harder to cut through. I got to be a little more precise with this one just because I don't want to hit the cinder block with the chainsaw. So I got to make sure I'll be a little slower with this one just to kind of, but I'm still going to go through it quick because we don't have time, you know, when we're defending off the zombie horde to be, you know, worrying about how slow and methodical we're moving with the weapon. So let's check this out. So I gotta find a way to I'm gonna get the coconut to stay a little bit, but as you guys can see, it's mainly just some superficial damage on the outside here. As you guys can see, it didn't really do much past that. Obviously the coconut moved before the chainsaw could really get to it. So I'm gonna try to wedge this in there nice, and then we'll see if we can get another try. All right, so with this time we got a pretty good hit on it. It did cut clean through the outside of the shell, but still really didn't make it much into the meat there. Obviously, again, the coconut moved, but man, these are way tough. Like way tougher than I expected them to be. Again, let's give it another shot. All right, guys, so we got it cut that time. Actually did quite a bit to the coconut this time. As you can see, it cut through it. It did get stuck and wouldn't come out the other side. I don't know if that was because of the cinder block though. But yeah, we're actually able to make it through. The chainsaw doesn't bind up nowhere near as bad as I thought it would. It's actually pretty seamless when it comes to that. But let's go ahead and we're gonna try it out on some other things. All right, so now we got a pumpkin. We're gonna give this a go. These are quite hard compared to the melons. They are still nothing compared to the coconut when it comes to density, but it'll be interesting to see how clean it can cut through this. I'm gonna give this one a decent little swing too. All right, let's go. All right, so as you guys can see, that actually did quite a bit of damage to this pumpkin. And man, how thick these things are. It's actually kind of wild. We're gonna be testing other weapons out on these because I'm like, these are significantly harder than watermelons. But yeah, I was kind of wrong in the pure destructive power of the chainsaw. I am pretty impressed actually on how well this did. It is obviously still loud, but it didn't bind up even in the slightest. So I was very, very wrong in that. So destructive power, 10 out of 10. Reliability, obviously, it's not a hammer, so it can fail. But yeah, I actually was pleasantly surprised on how well that did. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought. Freaking chainsaw. It is kind of wild. But I do appreciate everybody for coming and hanging out. Remember, if you guys are enjoying these videos, make sure you smash that like button. Drop comments down below. Let me know what you guys thought. And yeah, we'll be testing some more weapons, guys. All right, I love you all. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.